Thanks for checking out the YouTube channel of APsprayarts. Hey guys, please like the video, please subscribe to my channel, please ring that bell so that you get notified every time I post a video. And here we go. One thing I've noticed, looking at other spray paint artists' comments and things, is that people complain a lot that they do a whole lot of space, planet after planet after planet. And here we go doing, this is more a moon than a planet, but trying to do a reflection, by the way, in case you're wondering what's going on there. And in my videos on TikTok, I don't really get complaints about anybody. Nobody's really doing any bad talk or anything. And the ones that have, I've kind of countered their bad talk with some talk, and we've gone back and forth, and it's been kind of fun, actually. No, I'm not asking for you to give me some crappy comments about stuff I'm doing. Just stating a fact. So I went back and I looked over my TikTok and my videos and my paintings and realized I don't do that many space paintings. I'll do a planet here and there. The smaller ones I do planets, but most of my paintings are forest and nature. So I know my wife has complained that I do a lot of forest and nature, but it's stuff I like and I like doing it. So why not keep doing it, right? Now I've said it before in other videos and I'm going to say it again. I saw a picture. That's where I got the inspiration for this one. It was a reflection of a moon behind an island, and so I decided to give it a try and see if I could replicate it in my own little version. Mine is different than theirs, but I gave it a shot, and it's something that I really want to repeat later on. Here I'm painting a small island. I'm using a foam brush. I like these because they feel better with the paint than regular brushes. And then I can just flip it over on the edge and do the evergreens in the distance. I like this painting and these islands and everything because it reminds me of where I grew up, which was northwestern Ontario. And we would go out fishing on the lakes and stuff, and we would see these islands with trees on them off in the distance in the lake. And it was really cool. One of my most favorite camping trips was with my best friend, his brother, and a couple of other friends, and we actually camped out on an island. It was a good time, except for the fact that my best friend's brother and I went first. We canoed out down a river and out to this island, camped out, set up the tent, all that kind of stuff. And then the next day, there was a bit of a storm, bad weather, and that wasn't much fun. But then our other friends came out, and we were kind of stuck on the island for a little bit, waiting for the weather to go down, because all we had were these canoes that were a little bit tippy. So here I flipped the painting upside down, and now I'm basically trying to repeat the forest that I've already done to make the reflection of the island. One little painter's glitch in my head is that the other island, the small island, doesn't have a reflection. And I don't do a reflection. At first I did it just because I just did it that way. But then it started to bug me afterwards. Would that have a reflection? It probably would. It wouldn't be as great as having the moon directly behind this island. So it's not there. And if you want, I've already beaten you to the comments, so there you go. And here's a little closer where I put in the actual land of the island. As you can see, it's not an exact copy, the top and bottom, but it is pretty close, and a reflection is not exactly perfect when you see it on a lake either. And I'm going to fix it up in a little bit to kind of resemble the fact that it's not perfect. But now I wanted some bigger trees. So, bigger trees means a different kind of sponge, zigzagging across to make these big evergreens, kind of bookending the moon there. And I actually like the way these things came out. They came out pretty cool. But then I gotta flip it over in a moment and do it on the bottom as well, because the reflection will be there. And then just touching up a little bit here and there. And here I'm drawing a line for another tree, and also drawing it on the bottom, and then drawing the lines for the other trees that I hadn't done yet. So this one's going to be a little bit bigger. And all you do there is you're tapping with a little tiny bit of the sponge, and you're zigzagging one side to the other and going down a little bit as you go down the tree. Doing trees like this sometimes takes a little bit of work. Some people can get it right away, but for me it took me a little bit of work to get it going. And even still, I sometimes just get so frustrated with trying to make trees. And here we just keep flipping it back and forth, trying to give it a good reflection. Flip again. More trees. So back to that story about camping on the island. We ended up, the dad of another friend of ours was fishing on that same lake, and they actually gave us some fish, so we had a good meal one night, because we weren't really catching anything. Right here, I'm just using a piece of poster board, and I'm swiping back and forth with some white, and see, it's making it kind of like the water's moving, so that would be why the reflection is not perfect, because if the water's moving, the reflection is not going to be perfect, right? I'm also making it a line so you know where the sky ends and the water begins. See, makes more sense now, right? Back to our camping trip. We spent a few days on that island, and we explored about 3 lakes, just canoeing back and forth. I don't remember if we ever caught anything. Probably caught something small or whatever, but we had a good time, and that's what being 20-something and having a summer to go camping and stuff is all about. So have you guys ever gone camping? What was your favorite camping trip? Do you camp in a tent? Do you camp in a camper? We had a tent, and we were just stuck on the island. Here I'm smudging the white with my finger just to try and smudge it out so it's not so perfect. Yeah. So tell me about your favorite camping trip. What was it like? I once slept in a lean-to and it got to like -40 at night when I was doing search and rescue training. You ever do one of those? Was not fun. I had to go to the bathroom every 10 minutes. So I'm just smudging up all the lines. And that's looking pretty good. It looks like a good reflection, right? I think it turned out pretty well. For this one, I'm doing a Siggy with a paint pen. So there we go. Date it. And final product. Like, subscribe, do something great for yourself, do something great for each other. See you next time.